Hey everybody, this is Tao at the Forge, and we are back with the last of the Masters 25 set spoilers. So, I'm going to go through these fairly quickly because some of them are, well, to be honest, not really worth mentioning, and other ones we've really kind of gone through already. Like, most of the sites, they're not listing them by day, they're just showing the whole set, and so, I'll just kind of go through the ones that I think that might be kind of interesting. So, here we go. Quicksand is kind of an interesting one where you can just destroy target, or not destroy, but it gets -1, -2 till end of turn. It's cool. I'm not sure it's necessarily the best thing. The best way to losing a land just to get rid of a creature kind of sucks, but Haunted Fengraf. Haunted Fengraf is used a lot in Pauper, so that's pretty nice. Treasure Keeper is, I think, an underappreciated card. Sire of the Shinobi is decent. The problem is these are all like, basically like bulk commons or uncommons. Yeah, they're not really anything great. Shadow Mage Infiltrator, I actually just purchased this card, for another project I was doing. It's like a blue and a black for a 1/3 with fear, and when it deals combat damage to a player, you can draw a card, which is, well, that's actually really huge, so, that's great. Borrow's Charm, of course, is pretty sweet. Pernicious Deed, sacrifice Pernicious Deed, destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment with converted mana cost X or less. I think we've covered this one already. Of course, a great card. Right. Blightning, I think, is okay, so Blightning's it's an uncommon, but I think it's really an underappreciated card. So you do 3 damage to target opponent, and then they discard 2 cards. Discarding 2 cards just really is harsh. So I think it's people don't appreciate this one as much as maybe they should. Utopia Sprawl is just kind of like a staple in Modern and probably a lot of places, so that's good. Let's see what else here. Plummet. They have Plummet in every set, but I don't know. It's great, I guess, if there's creatures with flying. Rancor would be nice. Foil Rancors are they're actually really quite gorgeous. So Rancor is a great enchantment to have in your hand, or to have. Let's see, Lull. Prevent all combat damage to be dealt this turn. So basically a green fog. Okay, well, alright. There is also, well, I guess fog is originally green. I'm just used to playing turbo fog decks where fog is in white, like Dawn Charms and stuff like that. Let's see. Nothing else. Let's see. Iwamori of the Open Fist. A 4-mana 5/5 trample. When Iwamori of the Open Fist enters the battlefield, each opponent may pit a legendary creature card from his or her hand onto the battlefield. That's actually not such a downside, because the chance that your opponent's going to have a legendary creature is relatively low. So, I'd say, yeah, it might be worth the risk. Right, so, Elvish Aberration. This is a neat new artwork. Cultivate's decent. Okay, you can kind of tell which ones are actually decent by looking just at the cost of it. But actually, that's not true. Like, Arbor Elf is a really good card, but it's only 41 cents. It's just being printed into Oblivion. But when Broadhatch Nantuko is dealt damage, you may create that many 1/1 green insect creature tokens. Okay, sure. You'd have to pump this guy up then, somehow, otherwise you just lose him. Okay, Trumpet Blast has been reprinted everywhere else, like in a few places. Pyroclasm is a great sideboard card, so that's pretty nice. Man, I don't see too many other things that are really worth mentioning that much. Genju of the Spires is great. A 1 mana, and for 2 you can enchant Mountain, becomes a 6/1 red spirit creature until end of turn. And then when Enchantment Mountain is put into a graveyard, you may return Genju of the Spires from your graveyard to your hand, so you can do it again. So for this, you can actually get like a 6/1 on turn 3 and just start beating face with it. So that's actually a great card. And the only problem is that you're making your lands into creatures, and if you lose your land, then, well, that's gonna suck a lot. Let's see, Browbeat. Let's see, any player may have Browbeat deal 5 damage to him or her. If no one does, target player draws 3 cards. Okay, yeah, that's alright. Active Treason is a classic. You know, I agree that should probably be in there. Just being able to take over another creature. Zulaport Cutthroat I really like a lot. They're pesky, but they're really good. Will-o'-the-Wisp, just a 1-mana 0/1 with flying, and you can regenerate. So a great blocker, I guess. And you just leave up 1 mana and keep blocking with it. I'm not sure if there's anything else for it. I like Supernatural Stamina a lot. I think that's an underappreciated card again. Street Wraith, okay, that's kind of a classic that you have to, like, that's used all the time, especially in Death Shadow and stuff like that. Ruthless Ripper is another really kind of card that people don't really appreciate that much. A 1-mana 1/1 with Death Touch and Morph, and when it's turned face up, target player loses 2 life. Yeah, that's a decent card. It's not like something you're gonna like, not a first pick, but it's pretty good. Yeah, Returned Phalanx. Alright, sure. Let's see, anything else that looks interesting? Mesmeric Fiend. Okay, so enters the battle. If the target opponent reveals his or her hand, you choose a non card from it. It's kind of like a Brain Maggot then, I guess. Okay, Fallen Angel. This looks like great artwork. So it's a 5-mana 3/3 with flying. Sacrifice a creature. Fallen Angel gets +2/+1 till end of turn. Alright, it could be a finisher. Right, so if it gets through, you could just sack all your creatures and and pump it up and finish the person off. Dusk Legion Zealot. I'm not sure if that's the one you really. Well, I guess it replaces itself. You draw a card and you lose 1 life. But I mean, I'm not sure if that's the one I would have picked, but from that set. Okay, Diabolic Edict's always nice. Death's Head Buzzard. A 3-mana 2/1 with flying. That's okay. And when Death's Head Buzzard dies, all creatures get -1/-1 till end of turn. It could be good, depending on how you build things. Alright, so Twisted Image, blah blah blah. Yeah, there's nothing else that I see here. Phantasmal Bear is used in Mono Blue Illusions, so that's pretty good. Horseshoe Crab. Okay, so 3-mana 1/3, 1 untap Horseshoe Crab. Okay. Genju of the Falls. So I wonder, are they doing all the different Genjus? So Enchanted Land becomes a 3/2 spirit creature with flying. Still land. I would rather have this. Because with flying you have some evasion. It's way harder to kill you. Yeah, okay. Freed from the Real. This looks kind of like the same art, but I'm not sure if it is. It looks somewhat different. But Freed from the Real creates can create like an infinite combo depending on what else there is in here. So that might be something to look at. That could almost be like a first pick or a second pick, depending on what you might have. Let's see, anything else that's exciting here. Swords to Plowshares is always nice. Squadron Hawks are always nice, but I wouldn't necessarily pick Squadron Hawks in draft because the chance of you getting like your full playset is very low. Pacifism is nice. It's just basically essentially removal. So 2 mana and enchant creature. Enchant creature can't attack or block. Nyx Fleece Ram might keep you alive because you gain life, 1 life at the beginning of every turn. Let's see. I have this card. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 as long as you have Kong Ming the Sleeping Dragon. Okay. Well, let's see here. Oh, a Knight. Knight of the Skyward Eye. Let's see. So, is that Alara? Hard to tell. Okay, so a 3 and a green. Knight of the Skyward Eye gets +3/+3 to end of turn. Activate this ability only once every turn. Okay. So, Fencing Ace, I actually like Double Strikers. Double Strikers are actually really tough to deal with. Now, especially if you're playing Selesnya colors, and you get like something like Knight of the Skyward Eye and then Fencing Ace, you can put Rancor on it, something like that, so you get Rancor with double striking, like that's actually pretty harsh. Okay, let's see, we've already covered a lot of these ones. Okay, and alright, so I think that's it. Pretty much the stuff that's been revealed like today and a little bit yesterday. So yeah, I don't know, like, let's see, I don't think that, I don't know, there's nothing really that's kind of jumped out at me. I think this is kind of like just the the remainder of the set that Wizards is releasing today. You know, there's not really, they've already released all their good stuff first, trying to build up the hype. So when we look, we can see things like Jace the Mind Sculptor, Imperial Recruiter, and Vendilion Click, Phyrexian Obliterator, and stuff like that are really kind of like the money cards in here. Azusa, Lost But Seeking again. Those are really kind of the money cards. There's a few others like Blood Moon and stuff like that. You know, so the set's not entirely without value. But as I've said in pretty much every single video, is I don't see the draft synergies. Like, essentially you're just going to be drafting like whatever color combination good stuff that you have, right? So like, it's not like there's a ton of other synergies. Like, and I'm thinking, like, I'm talking to you from a perspective of a person who's built a cube, right? So like, when you're putting together a cube, you're trying to find like cards that have good synergies and work together, and you know, and can play off each other and stuff like that. But I don't get the sense that this can really be this way, right? Like, I mean, you've got a lot of great cards, but they're all from different sets. And I think that's really what it is that because we're getting cards from every single set, like every set has its own mechanics and has like its own abilities, and so I think that we're, you know, you're just, because you're getting cards from every set, it's hard to make them work together. Now, I don't think it's impossible, but it is more difficult if you don't have, like, if you're trying to include just money cards and stuff like that in there. So I don't know, like, value wise, there is value in here. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like, I talked to my LGS today. I live in Canada, so they said they're gonna be selling for like $240 to $260. I don't know, like, I don't know if that's really worth it. You know, like, can you really get like $260 worth of value out of a booster box? Maybe, like, if you got like a Mind Sculptor and an Imperial Recruiter, I guess. But like, a Vendilion Click is worth like, I don't know, maybe $35 or $40 in Canada. So like, you'd need to get like 6 of them, right? Like, to kind of break even, you would need you know, 6 of those, or Phyrexian Obliterators, or, you know, like Blood Moon is, you can get for like $30 here, so you need like 8 of those. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure if the break-even value is there. The box EV is not super high, and the problem is that if it's not really good for draft, and it's not really good for like, for just like value, then why are you getting this for? Like, you can just take your 200 and some odd dollars and just buy the singles that you want out of here, you know, and it's going to be a lot simpler, like a lot cheaper. Like, if you go to like, if you looked at MTG Goldfish, like, most of the cards that you might want here are, you know, just pennies. So, you know, I don't know, like, I'm a little bit disappointed by this one. I don't think it's the end of the world, like it's the worst set ever, because certainly it's not. But I think that, like, it's going to be kind of difficult to make this, like, to make anything out of this, right? Yeah, I just don't know what to think of it. It seems kind of really confusing, right? That, you know, like, there's almost like no synergies here, and like, there's weird things because like they have like 2 of the Genjus, and I didn't see the other ones. You know, like, it's like they have incomplete cycles of stuff. Anyways, so I mean, there's good stuff in here. Like I said, don't get me wrong. If you're interested in getting it, then get it, of course. I mean, you know, but yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm super tired, so I think I'm heading to bed tonight. I know it's Friday night and everyone's playing Magic, but I've had a rough week, so I'm pretty exhausted. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. To join an amazing Magic the Gathering community, check out kitchentablemtg.com.